This is Munson on the Good Morning Portugal show and podcast, where we have just actually gone past 7,000 downloads of our podcast. So I thank you so much if you're one of our regulars listening now. If you can hear me in your ears now listening to the podcast, let me take this opportunity to say to you, thank you so much for subscribing to the, excuse me, I've just got emotional. I'll be thanking my agent and God in a minute. I think I might have a rooster feather in my throat. Oh, it's paint fumes from the weekend. But anyway, thank you so much for subscribing to the podcast. And that can be done, if you're not a subscriber, that can be done on all the big platforms. And I find Spotify the most attractive podcast platform to use at the moment, and you can subscribe to it there as well. So thank you very much for that. Another subscription you might be interested in is all our Casa do Dia, our properties that we feature are on our YouTube channel as well. Good Morning Portugal on YouTube. And if you're interested in property in Portugal, I urge you to subscribe to that as well. Coming up to 100 subscribers. I know that's not very many in terms of how influencers work on Portugal, but it means a lot to me actually that people are interested in what we're doing on there as well. And of course, whilst we're on the matter of all the various things you can subscribe to and be part of, we've just gone over 400, well over 400 people on our Facebook page. And we've got a nice little group in Facebook as well called Portuguese Positive News, where you can share, and I urge you to share your good news, your positivity about being in Portugal, because God knows there's quite a lot of negativity and gloom and doom around at the moment. But we've told you this morning how to deal with that. Just face it in your underwear. What is it with Portuguese people in underwear? Blue underwear at New Year, and sitting around facing the end of the world in their underwear, as I've described to you today. Okay, so let's look. We'll return to Barcelo, to a property, and that is going to be our Casa do Dia, our property of the day, which I will find for you now. This today, courtesy of Idealista, the property website. And this is a fascinating place. It really is. And let me just... hold on a minute. I need to cough. It's not a virus, I promise you. This is a Quinta for sale in Milheges. Do you see how I fluff things I'm not sure how to pronounce? Doesn't everybody do that? Vila de Figos in Faria, in the area of Barcelo. Let's view a map of that, shall we, as the link shows us there. And I will show you where Barcelo is in the whole scheme of things. Faria, look, not far from the Atlantic coast there. And Viana do Castelo, I mentioned, didn't I, in the weather earlier on. Jerez, yes, you see, Braga, the place of the legendary football ground, whether you're interested in football or not. If you're interested in architecture, this will be of interest to you. The football ground is just hangs out of a rock face. It's incredible. But Braga tends to be overlooked. You know, it is the north of Portugal. People tend to focus Porto and south, don't they? But you've got to go up to here on the Costa Verde, the green coast of Portugal is right up here in the north. And this is putting this property in perspective for you. Braga, Guimarães, Villarreal, Porto, Viana do Castelo. You can see, and as this is the way we came into Portugal, via Jerez. I so recommend that to you. It is awesome. Jerez is so beautiful. Okay, so let's get rid of that map for a moment and back to the property in question. An urgent sale, it's being described as T5, which should mean it has 5 bedrooms. There's a long shot of the property with a massive car park by the look of it, or patio, either, both. A garage included, so you don't need to use that as a car park. Excellent opportunity, a farm business with manor house. 4 fronts with excellent and wide sun exposure on 2 floors. Great location in rural environment with excellent privacy and fast access to major cities and services. 4 bedrooms. So why are they calling it a T5? Anyway, 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms that are new. Halls. It has halls. It has 2 salamanders. I think some things have been lost in translation here, and I'm going to have to find out what it means by a house that comes with 2 salamanders. I know you get a lot of little lizards in Portugal, but 2 salamanders, large fully equipped kitchen with direct access to the outside, large halls with access to rooms and lounges, obviously, as you would imagine, with halls, main hall with detailed stucco ceiling, and original design. Wooden shutters with full blackout, and you need that when it gets really hot. Floor, a granite floor. Fifth includes, I don't know what that means, sidewalk in typical sidewalk and threshing floor in stone. Oh, this is a proper farmhouse. Stone granary, land under cultivation. That's probably 2 hectares with independent matrix articles. Good heavens, it has matrix articles. Garage for 2 cars, 3 distinct accesses to the property with excellent streets, stone wineries, and trees of various kinds of fruit. This is awesome. It represents a great opportunity, whether for investment in rural tourism, holiday home in the countryside, or even permanent housing. There's a few necessary works to carry out, but with great potential for complete restoration and conversion to the rural tourism, as aforementioned, and celebration of events. And look, a useful area of just over 250 square meters, gross area of just under 700 square meters, and implantation of just under 500 square meters, and land of nearly 4,000 square meters. The roads, A28, A11, and I'm not going to bore you with road names and numbers. I'm tempted to, but I'm not going to. Porto is only 40 minutes away. A beach only 17 minutes away. Braga 27 minutes away. And legendary Barcelo, as I've told you about there, is 19 minutes away. Portuguese people, if you're listening to me making a mess of your language, why is it Barcelos or is it Barcelos? And if it's Barcelos, why is there not a C, Cedilla, to tell me that? Okay, let's look at the pictures now. Let's conclude by looking at the pictures of this wonderful property, and we'll finish with the price of this fabulous plot. Look at it. There are those lovely opening patio doors to the courtyard, and a lovely stone staircase, and there's a cobbled yard outside. This is an ancient place, isn't it? Very nice. Oh, a little glimpse there of the carports. They look like fun, don't they? Look like a nice shady place to sit. A real farmhouse kitchen, which reminds me of when I used to be a postman in rural Devon. And the doors would be open to the farmhouses, and you just walk in and you put the post down on a table, not unlike that one, hoping that the sheepdog didn't bite you. Look at that, a mullion, is that right? Mullion stoned archway there. No wooden architraves here. Full-on stonework, I'll have you know. And look at that. Beautiful lounge. It looks nice and cool in there. And sometimes you might wonder, as somebody new to Portugal, why is everything so dark? It's because it needs to be kept cool in there. Look, lovely old ancient furniture. Always pictures of the bathroom that people skip through, but they need to be there. Is that a safe? Is that a safe on the wall? I think there might be a safe built into the wall there. Incredible. More bathroom pictures. Look, and there's those blackout shutters that were mentioned before. You can get a sense of the sunshine. And look at this, lovers. What are they called? Like sort of little lovers indented window area there. You can look out on the street whilst you're holding each other's hands and making loving small talk to each other, watching the day go by. That's fantastic. Whoa, here we go. The winemaking gubbins in the cellar. They're making a lot of wine here. That is not a small barrel by any means. That's 3 humongous barrels to be making wine with. They look like they're past their best days, but you could do something awesome with those, couldn't you? And a lovely big garden as well. There's your vineyard of a kind of pergolaed. What are they called? That is a pergola, isn't it? And with your vines growing there on the top, and possibly one of your fruit trees. I can't recognize that tree in silhouette there, but lots of mystery and places to go in this garden, aren't there? I really like it. And is that for, like a grape mosh pit where you tread the grapes in there? I don't know, or is it just a well or whatever? But very interesting nonetheless. And look at that, loads of land, loads of food being grown. Another big shot of your potential purchase here. And look at the size of that plot there. The house, real central in there. King of all you survey, king or queen of all you survey. That's beautiful. And yeah, I like that a lot. That is a proper farmhouse, a proper quinta here in Portugal. We should find out the price now, should we not? The quinta for sale in Milheges. I'm so sorry. Villa de Fogos in Faria, 445. That's an odd price. 445,800 euros. But for 450,000 euros or thereabouts. And I think it's an urgent sale, so negotiation might be advised on this. Idealista is where you can find it. Love that. And I'll love you and leave you here on the Good Morning Portugal show and podcast with me, Kyle Munson. And I'll see you again tomorrow at terça-feira, Tuesday. So take care and bye for now. Have a great day. It is brightening up. I'm looking at the studio thermometer, 17 degrees inside, 15 says the probe hanging out the window. Not so bad, really. And a little unwelcome break in the rain. So take care. Bye for now. Beijinhos. Abraço. Até logo.